What's going on, Rink Rats and Puck Bunnies? We're back with another installment of Rink Side Chatter. I'm joined by Dusty and Scalz. What is going on, guys?
Oh, not much, man. What about you?
Oh, just fucking cold, wiping the Great White North.
Hey, I see you're about to get a bunch of snow up that way.
Yeah.
You were saying?
3 days worth. Scalz, you must be on cloud nine right now with your team first place.
Yeah, I was not expecting that this season. But it's a pleasant surprise, and let's just hope it stays this way and they actually show up in the playoffs.
I'm thinking they're playing the way they were kind of supposed to last year. That was the team everyone expected last year.
Yeah, but
now they're playing it like it.
It's just you're having people play like how everybody expected Laugh to be. Like, he's just been amazing the last 10, 12 days. He's everywhere on the ice. He's getting assists. He's getting goals. He's just everywhere. Kako's picking it up. Even a fourth line is chipping in. Like Pitlick.
What's it like to have
Woodrow.
4 lines that do shit?
I'm not used to it. I don't know. Like, normally the fourth line is there just to give the guys a rest. Like, and then it used to turn into 3 lines in the third period. Now we're still running a full 4 lines, and it's amazing. Right? Let's talk about this Marc-Andre Fleury mask situation.
So I brought it up to you two, and it bugged me a bunch. He still ended up wearing it, and he's facing a $5,000 fine for it, or a $25,000.
I thought he wasn't going to get fined.
It hasn't been clarified yet.
Yeah, they're saying he could face it, but he probably won't.
The NHL has completely gone left for the everybody can play thing. Like, it all started with this pride stuff last year and into this year. And then now you can't even have an indigenous person not craft a mask, but beautifully design this mask for Fleury for a First Nations night. He wasn't asking to wear it in game. He just wore it during warm-ups, and the NHL fought him every which different way on it. He still wore it, so kudos to him.
Yeah. So I don't disagree. I can see the NHL had to make the decision based on all of them, right? Like the Pride jerseys were the ones that caused the issues last year. Really. Wasn't anything else. So they go, okay, we're done with these nights.
It was one player refusing to wear it that caused all the issues.
Yeah, and then it caused, I think there was a total of 7 last year after that one player.
It caused a ripple effect. But that one player decided what he did, and it's caused everything to happen since then.
And
the worst part about those 7 players is there's 2 of them that were once on Montreal that wore those jerseys with no issue.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I get the Russian side, like the Russian players. Like if you go back, you can have issues for your family, and I completely understand that part of it. Like I don't agree with it, but I understand that at the same time.
But we also don't understand what happens in Russia when they go home. So
exactly, yeah. But with the mask situation, though, so they're looking at that being like, okay, well, we can't just say no pride because then you can look at that as a hate kind of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they look at all the things and okay, hockey fights cancer, all of that, like military nights. They had to ban it all, which is very unfortunate.
It is.
If you just make it the rule, you could still have these nights. You can still wear the warm-up jerseys. If the players don't want to wear them, they don't have to wear them.
Yeah, leave it up to the player discretion.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
That's what it should have been. And I don't know why the NHL got in their own way on that one.
Well, they tend to do that. That's the problem with the NHL, is they always tend to do the wrong. They always have the wrong result. They have good intentions, but they go about it the absolute wrong way.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And then usually what happens in anything they do. So
that's a Gary Bettman thing, though. He's a fucking lawyer, which doesn't help.
No. But still,
because you know, every different loophole to use to the NHLPA, be like, well, this could be a thing. And of course, they're going to back down.
Thing like when you're looking at a mask like that, right? It means so much to that culture like that being like, okay, like they're showing appreciation in our culture, and like
Considering Minnesota is on treaty land, yeah, it's a huge thing for that city.
A lot of the hockey places are, even Scotiabank
Toronto,
is, and
Edmonton.
Vancouver was, and Edmonton, and yeah.
I just think
such a shame.
It is.
It's such a shame, man. Like,
I'm so happy that Fluery just said fuck it and wore it anyways.
mm-hmm.
Like, could you imagine this person taking their time out of their day or week or month, however long it took to create this mask, and to be told by the company of the NHL, because that's what it is, it's the company of the NHL,
mm-hmm.
well, it's not gonna be displayed anywhere. That's
exactly. Mm-hmm.
You know, Fluery, arguably one of the nicest. Had a phone call come through. Sorry. Fluery, arguably one of the nicest players ever to play the game of hockey. Loved by everyone. I've never talked to anybody that's had a hateful thing to say about Marc-Andre.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's wild to me. The only thing that someone might complain about might be the Babcock family because he made the save that fired him. But
well, that was coming though.
But you know what I mean? Like, to shit on somebody like Fluery, who took it on the chin getting kicked out of Pittsburgh to go play in Vegas, stood up for that franchise, made it what it was, built that franchise on his back. Obviously, it's grown since. But, like, that is the face of the NHL for the last 15 years, at least goaltending-wise.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy to me.
It's absolutely insane.
They should just allow them to do what they want. Let them wear what they want and support what they want, within reason. Like, obviously, they can't allow them to do certain things, but
mm-hmm.
What if, and this is all jokes, so nobody take this seriously. What if I decided to strap up my pads and put a dildo on the end of my stick?
Well,
I'm just asking these questions. Like, maybe it's my religious
I don't think
right to do that. Are they going to say no?
Oh, who knows? Why don't you try it?
I don't know. I'll find somebody and get them to try it.
All right.
You try it.
Next, we have Gordie Howe.
Yes, this is very interesting to me. And I bought it. Before we touch this one, though, I got another little interesting tidbit for you. Did you know the last time the Maple Leafs were in the Stanley Cup final was 1967?
I'm aware of that one, yeah.
No. That's the last time they were in the final.
So Leafs, yes.
They have not been there since then.
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah.
That's depressing. I figured there was a couple that we've gone to the finals since.
No. The closest we got was
93.
Yeah, the high stick with Gretzky. But to be honest, man, we would have went on to get our absolute asses kicked by Montreal.
You could argue 0-2 against Carolina too. I think we went to the Eastern Final that year.
Yeah, but I think they either swept the Leafs or they at least only won one game.
Yeah, it was bad. Well, it doesn't matter anyways. Detroit won that year, so.
Yeah. Carolina.
Right.
Was it? Okay.
Carolina, Detroit, 0-2.
Okay, so what's your little Gordie thing?
The Gordie Howe Hat Trick, established by the hockey player of the greatest player ever to touch the face of the ice, Gordie Howe. The man only has two Gordie Howe hat tricks. That's it. The all-time leader is Rick Tocchet. at 18. So do we call it
That's
the Talking
hilarious.
Hat Trick now? Or do we
No, it
still
sounds
stick with
better.
Gordie?
It sounds better as the Gordie Howe Hat Trick.
Yeah. I don't even know why they started calling it the Gordie Howe Hat Trick.
I don't either.
Was he the first one to do it?
He might have been. I have no idea.
Probably was, or at least recordedly.
Hmm.
Might be the first player to have it recorded.
Right, because they did.
The NHL stats from like the 20s to the 80s are a weird place.
Yeah.
It's the same in any sport. Like, it's just weird how stats weren't recorded before this year. We didn't start recording this stat until this year. Like,
Well, now they record like every stat now.
yeah, sacks didn't become a thing until this year. Like, what do you mean it didn't become a thing? Like, just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could get behind the Talking Hat Trick. I kind of like that. It's got a nice ring to it. It's obviously not as scary as the Gordie Howe Hat Trick, but
I was gonna say I don't know. The Gordie is just known, right?
when you think of Gordie, anytime anybody thinks about it, your elbow just gets sore. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
That man threw relentless elbows at people. But yeah, that was my little stat for the night. I thought that was interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah, I know. It's funny how he only had 2, but it was named after him. Maybe someone else came with that stat a while ago.
Next episode to figure it out, but that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So, Shadow, you also brought up another topic to us about the linesman saving the player's head from
I sent the video in our chat. I don't know if you could load it in quick because it's more of a visual thing.
Right, let's see if I can load it in.
Last week we shit on officiants. That's just the way it was. And then it's like almost instantaneously, I was watching Calgary versus Nashville. And I don't remember the 2 fighters involved, or the two players, not fighters, but the players that fought. I don't remember who it was. But the Calgary player went down with the Nashville Predator, and the linesman scooped up and just caught his head. He still hit his head, but not as hard as he could have.
I did see that. Yeah, that was incredible.
I got it here ready for you if you want me to play it.
Go ahead and play it. Yeah, it's a visual thing. So
the linesman, I'm sure, going to get in here right away. Ooh, boy. Yeah, you got to watch the back of the head. Yep.
like, that's some quick thinking.
Yeah.
That was a good reaction time.
Yeah, that was incredible.
Hey, you got to give the refs some flowers when they deserve it.
Yeah.
He's not a ref, though. He's a linesman. Let's get it right. They don't make calls. They just make the calls that cross the lines. That's it.
Yeah, but
they do make some calls.
It doesn't make up for all the fake face sauce they do in the playoffs, so fake dropping the puck.
But kudos to him for saving what could have probably been, if not this is worst case scenario, but a brain issue.
Mm-hmm.
Like, an aneurysm or something could have formed from that. He saved him from concussion. Like, he saved him from whiplash. Like, this could have gone sour really quickly over just a fight. And we've seen it in the past where guys' careers have come to a halt.
George Peros.
Like that.
George Peros.
Yeah. Gore fucking fucked him up pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, he's doing
that
all
explains
the
NHL player safety. Yeah, you know what? That explains a lot now.
Yeah.
His head's not there, so he doesn't think.
Apparently.
But do we have any more topics tonight? All right, fellas. Is that it for the night then?
I believe so.
I think that's it.
All right. Well, Dusty, how is your other show going? And promote the shit out of it, buddy.
Right, it's going great, man. We're just at episode 5, and we just got ourselves on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Check it out. Puck and Stoner Dads.
Yes, sir. Make sure you check it out. Scalz, I heard you do a wrestling kind of podcast. How's that going?
So here on Off the Top, we do mostly wrestling. We throw in Shadows. Sorry for the interruption on Monday nights, as well as Rink Side Chatter done on Saturdays. But I am the host of NXT on Tap, which is on Tuesday nights, as well as Friday Night Review, which is on Fridays. Make sure you check us out on both YouTube and Twitch, and make sure to drop us a like and subscribe.
And just like Scalz said, you can find me every Monday night here on Ribbon City Radio / Off the Top Media. We're out of your side for the interruption, where I don't give a shit about interrupting your night. With that being said, this concludes another episode of Rink Side Chatter. Thanks for tuning in.